Intro 2022 program of Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore, a constituent unit of the Manipal Academy of Higher Education, Manipal, an institute of eminence deemed to be university. We are privileged to have our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Lieutenant General Dr. M.D. Venkatesh, as the chief guest, and Pro-Vice Chancellors Dr. Dilip G. Naik and Dr. M. Venkatraya Prabhu as the guests of honor for the event today. I request our Dean, Dr. B. Unnikrishnan, and Associate Deans, Dr. Suresh Shetty, Dr. Pramod Kumar, and Dr. Shrikala Baliga to escort the dignitaries onto the dais. We have gathered here today for the white coat ceremony and orientation event for the MBBS batch of 2022 at Kasturba Medical College in Mangalore, one of the best medical colleges in the nation. This college has created a unique history in medical education, both in its conception as the first public-private partnership in the country, as well as in its development over the years. Thanks to the vision of our founder, Dr. T.M.A. Pai, and the hard work of a galaxy of experienced and competent staff, this institution has shaped itself into one with an international reputation. Over the coming years, the students will learn that they have entered a vibrant, challenging, diverse, and welcoming environment. We know that this day is very special and a much awaited event in every student's life. The day not only marks the beginning of a medical career, but also the vow to become a lifelong learner as a physician. Any prosperous event should be started with a prayer. So I would like to invite Mrs. Aradhana Marathe and Ms. Soundarya K from the Biochemistry Department to sing the prayer song. I request that all of you remain seated during the invocation.
Ninnadu, tanuvu ninnadu, manavu ninnadu, ena jeevana dhanavu ninnadu, nanu ninnavanemba hemmeya trinavu maatrave nannadu, tanuvu ninnadu, manavu ninnadu. ನನ್ನ ಮನದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀನೆ ಯುಕ್ತಿ, ನನ್ನ ಹೃದಯದಿ ನೀನೆ ಭಕ್ತಿ. ನನ್ನ ಮನದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀನೆ ಯುಕ್ತಿ, ನನ್ನ ಹೃದಯದಿ ನೀನೆ ಭಕ್ತಿ. ನೀನೆ ಮಾಯಾ ಮೋಹ ಶಕ್ತಿಯು, ಎನ್ನ ಜೀವನ ಮುಕ್ತಿಯು. ನೀನೆ ಎನ್ನ ಜೀವನ ಮುಕ್ತಿಯು, ಎನ್ನ ಜೀವನ ಮುಕ್ತಿಯು. ತನುವು ನಿನ್ನದು, ಮನವು ನಿನ್ನದು, ಎನ್ನ ಜೀವನ ಧನವು ನಿನ್ನದು. ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನವನೆಂಬ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ತೃಣವು ಮಾತ್ರವೇ ನನ್ನದು. ತನುವು ನಿನ್ನದು, ಮನವು ನಿನ್ನದು, ಮನವು ನಿನ್ನದು.
Thank you. Light is a sign of brightness and prosperity. Light dispels darkness. So too, education helps to remove the ills of the society. These were the golden words of our founder, Dr. Tonse Madhav Anant Pai. As sunlight drives away the night's darkness, blessings drive happiness and prosperity into our lives. The lamp lighting ceremony and floral tribute to our founder, Dr. TMA Pai, will now commence. I request all the dignitaries on stage to move forward for the lamp lighting ceremony and offer flowers to the portrait of our founder. I now request our beloved Dean, Dr. B. Unnikrishnan, to begin today's program with a welcome address.
Distinguished dignitaries, faculty members, proud parents, MBBS students of 2022-23 batch, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure in welcoming you all to the MET Intro 2022 orientation program, white coat ceremony and oath-taking ceremony, and also to the hallowed portals of Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore. Heartiest congratulations on your admission to this prestigious institution. Please be rest assured that you have made the most important and correct decision in your life and career by choosing this college. Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore, established in the year 1955 as the first public-private partnership model in the country for imparting quality medical education and health care. Known for quality education, the institution has been consistently ranked among the top medical institutions in the country. With dedicated and skilled faculty, excellent infrastructure, library facilities, museum, laboratory, and skills lab that provide hands-on experience to the students, the institution has been attracting numerous students from India as well as from many other countries of the world. Our endeavor has always been to provide the best to the students and to prepare them to take up the challenges of tomorrow, so that when they come out of the institution, they are competent to handle the responsibilities of the medical profession. Rest assured, you will be provided with ample opportunities for co-curricular as well as extracurricular activities, and we believe in holistic development of the child. True to its mission, KMC Mangalore, it has been our consistent and constant endeavor to train competent, compassionate and caring physicians through excellence in teaching, patient care and medical research. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore, I feel very privileged and honored to welcome our distinguished chief guest, Lieutenant General Dr. M.D. Venkatesh, Vice Chancellor, Mahe. We are very grateful to you, sir, for accepting our invitation and gracing this occasion. Under your stewardship, we have witnessed a lot of infrastructural improvement at Mangalore campus. Thank you, sir. I take immense pleasure in welcoming Dr. Dilip G. Nayak and Dr. M. Venkatraya Prabhu, Pro Vice Chancellors Mahe Manipal. Both have always been the guiding force behind all our endeavors at Mangalore campus. I welcome the Associate Deans Dr. Suresh Kumar Shetty, Dr. Pramod Kumar and Dr. Shrikala Baliga. I profusely welcome Dr. Ashita Upur, Dean MCOTS Mangalore, Dr. Junaid, Associate Dean MCOTS Mangalore, Dr. Aarti Rao, Deputy Director Student Affairs Mangalore Campus Mahe. A warm welcome to Dr. Anand Venugopal, Chief Operating Officer, Teaching Hospitals Mahe, Dr. John T. Ramapuram, Medical Superintendent KMC Hospital Attawar, and Mr. Sagir Siddiqui, Regional Chief Operating Officer Mangalore. Heartfelt welcome to all the heads of the department, faculty members, non-teaching staff and the students. I also welcome all those who are watching this event virtually through live streaming. I welcome the media personnel, both the print and the electronic. White stands for purity, benevolence and wisdom. That is why this color is identified with the medical profession. Anybody who is donning this color is therefore expected to manifest these virtues. The real white coat is not gifted. It is earned by hard work and commitment. What is given today is only symbolic of that. Do everything that is becoming of this noble profession, then only you will be worthy of it. We have commenced the first MBBS classes from the 16th of November with the meet and greet program and also with the starting of the foundation course as mandated by NMC. I wish you all the very best here as well as in your future careers. I once again welcome each one of you present here. Thank you one and all.
Thank you so much, sir, for the energizing introductory remarks. I would now like to welcome our respected chief guest, Lieutenant General Dr. M.D. Venkatesh, Vice Chancellor, Manipal Academy of Higher Education, Manipal, to share his thoughts and ideas with us.
A very good morning, everyone present here today. Warm greetings from Manipal Academy of Higher Education, an institution of eminence deemed to be university. Dr. Dilip Nayak, Dr. Venkatraya Prabhu, Pro Chancellors Mahe, Dr. Unni Krishnan, Dean KMC, Mangalore, Associate Deans, heads of the department, faculty members, dignitaries of the dais, heads of the institutions from Mangalore, newly admitted MBBS students of the 2022 batch and their proud parents, ladies and gentlemen. Welcoming a new batch is always a wonderful occasion for us at MAHE in general and KMC Mangalore in particular. So on this joyous occasion, let me extend a very, very warm welcome to all the newly admitted students to KMC Mangalore and congratulate them and their parents for joining the Manipal Academy of Higher Education and the Manipal Group family, and also for getting admitted to Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore, one of the best medical institutions of the country. Consistently being ranked amongst the top medical schools of the country, KMC Mangalore is part of MAHE, which is ranked 7th by NARF and consistently being ranked in the international ranking agencies, QS, Times Higher Education, and for the first time, we have been ranked by the Shanghai ranking system. So it's a very unique opportunity for all of you to be joining an institution which is a constituent unit of a university which is universally acclaimed as one of the best places to study. So I once again welcome you all to KMC Mangalore and MAHE. You're aware that KMC Mangalore is a constituent unit of MAHE and is the oldest private medical institution in a public-private partnership, where in most places the public-private partnerships have not done justice. Here is one example, shining example, the vision of our founder, for whom we have paid our reverential respects, which is far-reaching vision. He established the first ever private medical institution in the country at Manipal and then at Mangalore, both of them a public-private partnership with government establishment then of the Madras state and now of the state of Karnataka. And it is here in Mangalore that this public-private partnership has shown as a beacon with the teaching hospitals, our own KMC Kasturba Hospital at Tatawa, Jyoti Circle, and two of the public hospitals, the Venlock Hospitals and Lady Goshen Hospitals, working together in unison with great commitment and sincerity and providing the highest quality of medical care to the dependent clientele and also the highest quality of medical education to our students. So you're very fortunate enough that you will be working in some of the busiest hospitals of the country as you get into your clinical rotations. With the COVID-19 pandemic having ravaged the unsuspecting world, all of us have seen what it has done to the entire world and to India in particular. Despite our best of efforts, India has shown as a beacon of light. We have overcome this COVID pandemic with great aplomb, though to begin with we did have problems which was inherent to the entire world. The way we have planned, way we have progressed, way we have tackled this pandemic shows the country's resilience and the power of the youth and power of the professionals in combating this scourge. Notwithstanding, the COVID pandemic is just about ebbing, and we need to be careful. It's not gone away, it's still lurking in the community. Perhaps one of the most affected sectors of this pandemic has been the field of higher education, with academic calendars having turned topsy-turvy, students being away from campuses and schools, having to rely predominantly on online mode of delivery. This has severely affected the medical education. The undergraduate and postgraduate admissions have been delayed. This is the third year in succession that the academic calendars have been delayed, and we are beginning almost 3 months after the usual time that we begin in 1st of August. Examinations and admission schedules have gone haywire and the calendars have been reset by NMC. Notwithstanding, Mahe and his constituent units, our medical colleges, have always been in the forefront of providing the highest quality of medical education to all our students, and we begin on time and we end on time. Let me assure you that by the time you complete your course, you will complete your internship well in time for you to appear for the NEET PG examination, which perhaps would be the target of many of you as we talk to you today. Keeping the MBBS seat availability in view, we all know the intense competition with only 1 out of 20 who appear for the NEET getting selected for MBBS program. It's truly creditable for all of you to have secured admission to this prestigious institution after a grueling NEET PG examination and subsequent counseling process. Please accept my heartiest congratulations once again, and I congratulate the parents for making your child to take a good decision, a great decision to join Manipal's Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore and Mahe. As a clinician and an educationist for over 4.5 decades, I would like to share some of my thoughts and a few friendly advice that should help you as you begin your quest for excellence in your professional journey. Please don't take it as a forced advice from a wise man. I wouldn't call myself wise. Definitely, from experience-wise, I do have a little more experience than most of you who are sitting here. Therefore, some friendly advice I would say, please take it. It will help you to shape your future in a better way. First and foremost, as I said, the pandemic has not ebbed away. It is still there, lurking in the community. Keeping that in view as you begin your new journey, safety of yourself, your friends, and your team members will be of paramount importance. Please always keep that in mind. Be conscious of the importance of safety precautions, use of appropriate protective measures, and of strictly following the laid out guidelines. Use of masks, hand hygiene, safe distances must always be kept in mind, not only because it's a pandemic. As a medical professional, I think these are the bare essentials that you need to internalize from today onwards for your own safety, for the safety of your patients, and to prevent the dreaded hospital-acquired infections. To the young students, be focused and committed to excel in your chosen field. One needs to keep your patients and their welfare in the center of your thoughts and actions always. That much we owe to our patients as we begin our quest for excellence in our journey towards becoming outstanding professionals. We have over the years seen that the standard of graduate outcomes in MBBS programs in terms of skills, attitude, and communication skills was steadily on the decline, while the level of cognitive domain, that is the level of knowledge, being exceptional. One of the reasons attributed is less seriousness in practical training and more than anything else, less seriousness in internship, which is the period where you will consolidate your learnings and your skills. Because most of the students, as they get into the internship, even much before they get into the internships, get into the rat race of preparing for postgraduate seats. This perhaps is a not right attitude. You need to become an excellent general duty medical officer. Thereafter, you'll become a good specialist, and then only you can become a satisfactory or a good super specialist. Therefore, the foundation of being a good doctor or being a good human being begins when you acquire the right amount of knowledge and skills and consolidate your knowledge and skills during the time of your internship. This has led to the new thinking in the Medical Council of India, erstwhile MCI, now NMC, to change the entire curriculum from conventional medical education to competency-based medical education, medical curriculum, in the year 2019, with special emphasis on acquisition of predetermined knowledge, skills, and attitude. The new curriculum also has brought back focus on the affective domain, which is the domain of attitude, empathy, sympathy, and communication skills, sharply back into focus, which perhaps for a few decades we saw a very steady decline. It requires a different mindset and practical wisdom to make the best use of this curriculum. It is a cooperative and collaborative effort between the students and the faculty so that the best outcomes of the competency-based medical education could be accrued by our students. As you step into the professional life, I would like to stress on one thing: punctuality and time management. Time is one dimension which does not wait for anyone. Optimal utilization of available time is of great importance in studies. You must be critically conscious of this, and more than anything else, we need to learn to acknowledge the importance of others' time, especially the time of your teachers, other healthcare team members, and more than anything else, the time of your patients. That means you need to be available to your patients at the prescribed time and be available all the time so that you give them the best of your services. The second important thing which has taken a back seat over the few years or maybe couple of decades has been grooming and being appropriately dressed. I'm going to bring this up at the right time, at the beginning of your career in medical profession. Grooming and being appropriately dressed to evoke a sense of respect from your patients and their relatives is of paramount importance. I'm pointing out to being appropriately dressed, including grooming in terms of a proper haircut, proper shaving, in terms of keeping yourself presentable at all times. More than anything else, in the hospital, I would want you to wear covered shoes all the time. This is something that is very important, not only in terms of being appropriately groomed, but also in terms of hygiene point of view. Now it's very distressing to see many wearing open sandals, slippers, flip-flops into the places of worship, places of education and delivery of healthcare. So therefore this is important. And when you are well-groomed and well-dressed, this will automatically improve your own self-esteem and confidence, and reciprocally will bring respect from your patients and their relatives. Commitment and dedication towards patients, studies, teachers, peers, and fellow health workers is another important aspect that I would like to stress upon. Humility is a virtue that one needs to consciously develop, and central to this is respect for fellow human beings. I am reminded of an old Sanskrit Subhashita which says, Vidya dadati vinayam, vinaya dhyati patratam, patratam dhanamapnoti, dhanadharma tatas sukham, which in effect says that it is education which brings you ability, ability will bring you humility, and humility and ability together will help you to become famous, successful, and earn money. And when you spend this money for good purposes, that's where your happiness comes from. Therefore, this is something, humility, wisdom and humility go together. Wiser the man becomes, more humble he becomes. Therefore, this needs to be kept in mind. Regularity in studies, continuous studies, problem-related studies are inherent to medical education. Preparing for seminars, symposia, and other academic activities must be done with your own efforts, not then cut and paste from contents available on the internet or copying for somebody else. This is only a short-term, result. However, what you do yourself, you internalize it so well that you need not do it again. Just a little bit of refreshing that topic would be more than adequate. Therefore, the content from the net must augment your efforts but not fully replace your efforts. Own efforts will lead to better retention and internalization. As you start your journey in the field of medical education or medical practice, be conscious of developing practicing evidence-based medicine. This is critical. Always try and find evidence-based standards of care and develop the habit of logical and systematic decision-making. It's perhaps the only profession where all the three domains have got equal importance: domain of knowledge, domain of skills, and domain of attitude. It's the only place where you are constantly dealing with live patients. You're constantly dealing with their relatives who are distressed, who need your support. Therefore, your knowledge, your skills, and your attitude towards them will dictate how much successful you will be as you go forward. In terms of acquisition of skills, observation, doing it under observation, doing it yourself repeatedly to internalize the skills is to be kept in mind all the time. There's no alternative to hard work. Use simulation and skill lab-based training will surely reduce the learning curve. Use this extensively before actually applying on live patients. Please remember the saying, always be conscious that one should not do any harm to the patient by your actions. For one to be successful doctors, one of the most important attributes is effective and unambiguous communication. Your communication must mean the same to you and to the person who's receiving, be it be your patients, you would be your fellow colleague, your nursing staff, or your paramedical staff. So whether you are giving a communication in oral, written, or electronic form, there should be clarity and ambiguity. There should be no ambiguity in the communication. Critical to your success is your ability to communicate well with your patients and relatives. Often, poor or no communication is the most common cause for conflict, and we are seeing it day in and day out. So it's the time that you internalize this very important aspect of having pleasant, unambiguous communication. All that you write or not write in a medical document is very important. Currently, the new CBMA curriculum, the early clinical exposure is a norm. Therefore, you don't have to wait for a year and a half before you get into hospital. You get into hospital right now in year one. Therefore, develop the habit of writing good, precise, clear case notes and discharge summaries. Learning from your teachers, learning from your friends, learning from your other team members, self-learning is of critical importance. I'm again reminded of one more Sanskrit Subhashita, which says, Acharyat padam adatte, padam shishyaha swamedhaya, padam swabrahmacharibhyaha, and padam kalakramenacha. This clearly, this Sanskrit Subhashita, ages old, displays probably the best advice that one can get, to realize that you get 1/4 of your education from your teachers, 1/4 because of your own intelligence, 1/4 comes from learning from your peers. When I mean peers, it would mean your friends, your classmates, your co-workers, your healthcare professionals. And the last one is about 1/4 comes from kalakramenacha, which means it's a process of lifelong learning. So learning never ends for a medical profession. Keep that in mind and be like a sponge to absorb everything that comes across, really good things in knowledge, skills, and attitude to make you a good professional. We are all aware that medical studies are extremely stressful. Don't get alarmed by this. To reduce and eliminate stress, develop healthy habits, responsible social activities and behavior. Set aside time for physical fitness and sporting activities. Healthy and stress-free mind lies in a fit and healthy body. And you have more than enough opportunity to indulge in fitness and sporting activities at Mangalore campus. You're all aware that MAHE provides campus life of international standards in a multidisciplinary setup. Enjoy the campus facilities and take active part in all co- and extracurricular activities. All these things will lead to a holistic development of mind and body, which is now today propagated by the new national education policy in terms of holistic education for all. As you step into the medical profession, try consciously to become an exponent of quality clinical medicine and not an investigation-directed practitioner. It's a bit early for you, but yet keep it in mind. This advice will come handy as you progress. Rational use of diagnostic medicine, rational and evidence-based use of drugs is the key to being a responsible and successful doctor. In this world of technology, become a doctor of rational and appropriate use of technology. Do not become a slave to technology. Manipal Academy of Higher Education and Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore have the best infrastructure, simulation labs, state-of-the-art library facilities, top-class IT resources, and more than anything else, the right ecosystem and ambience for you to become a very, very successful doctor while providing the best quality of education, best opportunities to enhance your skills, best opportunity to make you a better person. The institution offers very high quality of campus life. More than anything else, highly qualified and accomplished faculty members who are ever willing to help you, and with very well equipped hospitals provide you the right environment to learn and excel. All these things are extremely conducive to acquiring excellent knowledge, good clinical skills, and patient-friendly attitude. KMC Mangalore provides many opportunities to its students, including training opportunities abroad. Keep an open mind because you never know when an opportunity comes up. You should be able to grab that opportunity for making your own learning experience that much better. I urge you all to make the best use of available resources to develop into outstanding and well-rounded doctors and make a positive difference to the community you choose to serve once you qualify. A word of request to the parents, while I commend and congratulate you all for supporting and guiding your ward, this commitment has to continue. Being away from home and hostel brings its own inherent problems. Please stay connected with your child. Help him, help her to adjust to the new normal. Help us in making him safe, keeping him away from unhealthy influences. When I say this, I want you to be unobtrusive. I want you to be overarching, but not unduly interfering in his life, day-to-day life. You should know what your child or ward is doing and be able to take corrective steps, advise him, and we are there to help him to be safe in the campus and to develop into an exceptional human being. The college administration will stay connected with you at regular intervals. I request you to closely monitor their academic progress and social life without being, it should be an unobtrusive way, not an interfering way, because all of them, all the students are now getting into adulthood. At the end, I wish all the students of the batch of 2022 all the very best and look forward to hear great things about you as you go ahead with your studies. I assure the parents and the students that the administration will be responsive to all your needs and we will make all efforts in helping you achieve your educational and professional goals. Thank you very much and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Your thought-provoking address has set the perfect platform for the program today. The next event on today's schedule is the release of the information booklet for the batch of 2022. This information booklet offers comprehensive details on the college as well as many facets of student life, such as academics and extracurricular activities. I request Dr. Dilip G. Naik, Pro Vice Chancellor, Mangalore Campus, Manipal Academy of Higher Education, Manipal, to release the information booklet for the new batch of students. Thank you, sir. The release of the calendar 2023 and bookmark depicting the motivational quotes of our founder, Dr. T.M.A. Pai, is next on the agenda for today. I request Dr. M. Venkatraya Prabhu, Pro Vice Chancellor, Health Sciences, Manipal Academy of Higher Education, Manipal, to release the calendar and the bookmark. Thank you, sir. Now is the most anticipated event of the day, the white coat donning ceremony, the event that signifies a student's entrance into the medical profession. The white coat symbolizes commitment to serving humanity for the rest of your lives and the opportunity you have to make real change in the world. It stands for the promise to give each patient individualized, compassionate care, the oath to define each patient as a person, not only as their condition, and the pledge to always have the patient's best interests in mind. Students, please note that you need to approach the stage from the left and leave from the right. Before you enter the stage, kindly make sure the coat's run button folded and held on your left forearm. Our official photographer is covering the event and pictures will be accessible in our photography section. Therefore, we respectfully ask that you refrain from gathering in front of the stage to take pictures. I request the dignitaries on stage to step forward for the white coat donning ceremony. I request Dr. John T. Ramapuram, Medical Superintendent, KMC Hospital, Attawar, Mangalore; Dr. Deepak Madi, Deputy Medical Superintendent, KMC Hospital, Attawar, Mangalore; and Dr. Mangala Pai, Deputy Director, Quality and Compliance, Mangalore Campus, to kindly join the dignitaries on the stage. sirs and ma'ams. I request the dignitaries to be seated. Next, I would like to call the following faculty members on stage for the white coat donning ceremony. Dr. Anand R., Dr. Vishwanath Tantri, Dr. Lata Prabhu, Dr. Shalini Shenoy, Dr. Manohar Pai, Dr. Vidya Lakshmi, Dr. Vijendra Shenoy, Dr. Ramesh Holla, Dr. Kiran Baliga, Dr. Jagdish Rao. Thank you, ma'ams and sirs. I now invite the following faculty members to come onto the stage for the white coat donning ceremony. Dr. Anupama Hegde, Dr. Damodar Shenoy, Dr. Lakshman Prabhu, Dr. Jyoti Kini, Dr. Mayur Prabhu, Dr. Sumana Kamath, Dr. Vijaya Revankar, Dr. Ashok Shenoy, Dr. Chaitra GV, Dr. Nitin Joseph. ma'am censors. I would like to call the following faculty members up to the stage for the white coat donning ceremony next. Dr. Rajni Gantha, Dr. Arjun Shetty, Dr. Santosh Rai, Dr. Chakrapani, Dr. Preetam Acharya, Dr. Priya Balal, Dr. Saundarya M, Dr. Rahul Bhatt, Dr. Sevita Bhatt, Dr. Sucheta Rao, Dr. Mithun Rao, Thank you, ma'am censors. I now extend an invitation to the following faculty members to enter the stage for the white coat donning. Dr. Anupama N, Dr. Ravi Kiran, Dr. Rohit M, Dr. Sumesh Rao, Dr. Surendra Kamath, Dr. Satish Rao, Dr. Haniel D'Souza, Dr. Mamata T, Dr. Suprasanna, Dr. Nikhil Shetty. ma'ams and sirs. I now invite the following faculty members to come on to stage for the white coat donning. Dr. Sharada Rai, Dr. Gatha Upadhyaya, Dr. Devi Prasad, Dr. Meenakshi Shetty, Dr. Kamalakshi Bhatt, Dr. Jagannath Kamath, Dr. Aditi Shetty, Dr. Rukmini MS, Dr. Shri Devi HB, Dr. Preeti Shenoy, Dr. Bhagya Lakshmi. Thank you, ma'ams and sirs. I would like to call the following faculty members up to the stage next. Dr. Shraddha Shetty, Dr. Rekha T, Dr. Anupama N, Dr. Ashfaq Mohammed, Dr. Rajani Gantha, Dr. Prasanna Mitra, Dr. Sneha Shetty, Dr. Rajesh Nayak, Dr. Pooja Rao, Dr. Jayashri K. Dr. Anupama Hegde. Thank you, ma'ams and sirs. I would like to call the following faculty members next up on stage. Dr. Suchitra Shenoy, Dr. Ajay Kamath, Dr. Sheetal Ulal, Dr. Animesh Jain, Dr. Sonal Bhatt, Dr. Suman Budhihal, Dr. Sahana Acharya, Dr. Darshan BB, Dr. Ranjita Rao, Dr. Murali Manju BV. ma'ams and sirs. I now invite the following faculty members to come on to stage. Dr. Keshav Pai, Dr. Archit Bolur, Dr. Purnima Manjrekar, Dr. Pooja KS, Dr. Nitin Kumar, Dr. Pramila MD, Dr. Ashwin Kamath, Dr. Ganesh Chettiar, Dr. Priyanka Arun, Dr. Rashmi Rao. Thank you, ma'ams and sirs. The following faculty members will now be entering the stage for the white coat donning. Dr. Ramachandra Kamath, Dr. Pratik Rastogi, Dr. Bhagya Lakshmi K, Dr. Cheryl Philippos, Dr. Neelam Pawar, Dr. Priyanka Kamath, Dr. Vinod Chandran, Dr. Kunal, Dr. Pratik Chatterjee, and Dr. Saraswati Sriram. Thank you, everyone. The oath-taking ceremony will be the next event on today's schedule. As you begin your professions, this oath will serve as a guide for how to practice medicine. I kindly request Dr. Suresh Shetty, Associate Dean Student Affairs, Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore, to administer the oath to the students.
Respected dignitaries on and off the dais, heads of various departments, faculty colleagues, and proud family members of the successful batch of 22-23 who are watching live online, and most of you are here. Welcome to the batch of 22-23 students. Today is a historic day because it marks the start of a profession, medical education, to you all. We as a proud teachers congratulate all the students and their parents for putting their faith in us by choosing this excellent institution, Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore. And we assure all of you that we will guide them to be a successful and compassionate doctors. To guide them in medical practice and to signify that they are officially doctors in training, pledging duty to the medical profession and a patient is a must. On behalf of all those present here, I wish to administer the oath. In order to honor the father of Indian medicine, Acharya Charak Shapath is administered now. I will request you all students to rise and recite after me. During the period of my study, I shall have a disciplined life with my teachers and peers. My actions shall be guarded, service-oriented, and free from indiscipline and envy. In my dealings, I shall be patient, obedient, humble, constantly contemplative, and calm. I shall aim my full efforts and ability towards the desired goal of my profession. As a physician, I shall always use my knowledge for the welfare of mankind. I shall always be ready to serve patients even if I am extremely busy and tired. I shall not harm any patient for the sake of monetary or selfish gains, nor shall I entertain a desire for lust, greed, and wealth. Immorality shall not emerge even in my thoughts. My dressing shall be decent yet impressive and inspiring confidence. My conduct shall always be appropriate, pleasant, truthful, beneficial, and polite. I shall use my experience in actions appropriate for that time and place. I shall constantly endeavor to keep updated with the latest developments in the field and widen my knowledge. When examining a patient, my discretion, attention, and senses shall be concentrated on the cure of the disease. I shall not divulge the confidentiality related to the patient or family inappropriately. Although an authority in my subject, I shall not display my knowledge and skill with arrogance. Now, I request you all students to be seated. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, I request Dr. Shrikala Baliga, Associate Dean, Academics and International Collaborations, Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore, to propose the vote of thanks.
Respected Vice Chancellor, Lieutenant General Dr. M.D. Venkatesh, Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. Dilip G. Naik, Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. M. Venkatrai Prabhu, Dean Dr. B. Unnikrishnan, Dean of MCODS Dr. Ashita Uppur, Associate Deans Dr. Suresh Shetty, Dr. Pramod Kumar, Heads of Departments, colleagues, and students, and my dear parents. At the outset, I wish to thank the Vice Chancellor, Lieutenant General Dr. M.D. Venkatesh, who so kindly consented to be the chief guest for Med Intro 2022. This is the first time the Vice Chancellor has graced this occasion and partaken in the white coat ceremony at Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore. We are indeed honored by your august presence, sir, and thank you so much for sharing your friendly advice and wise words with all of us. I wish to express gratitude to Pro Vice Chancellors Dr. Dilip G. Naik and Dr. M. Venkatrai Prabhu, who graced the occasion and released the information booklet and calendar. Thank you, sirs. My gratitude to our Dean, Dr. B. Unnikrishnan, who has helped in meticulously planning this occasion and guiding us through each and every step in organizing this event. Thank you, sir, for your guidance and leadership. My co-associate deans, Dr. Suresh Kumar Shetty, who delivered the Charak Shapat, and Dr. Pramod Kumar, who actually coined the term Med Intro, have been pillars of support, as always, to us. A heartfelt gratitude to Dean Dr. Ashita Uppur, MCODS, Associate Dean MCODS, Dr. Junaid, Dr. Aarti Rao, Deputy Director Students Affairs, Mr. Sagir Siddiqui, and Dr. Anand Venugopal, who graced this occasion. A big thank you to all the heads of the department and faculty of various departments who not only attended the white coat ceremony, but also partook in donning the white coats onto students of the batch 2022-2023. I'm sure the students are indeed inspired by your presence here today. Thank you very much. I will fail in my duty if I do not express heartfelt gratitude to the three heads of the department of first professional year, Dr. Rajni Gandha Vadgaonkar, Dr. Anupama N., and Dr. Anupama Hegde, and all their faculty members for the smooth conduct of this program. They deserve a big round of applause for their wonderful coordinating skills and fellowship with which they function. My thanks to all the non-teaching staff and their administrative heads for helping us conduct this function, Messrs. Shads for live streaming the event, and the press and media for the coverage. We thank Messrs. Ocean Pearl for the venue, arrangements, and the food. And you, dear students and parents who have gathered here today, I'm sure you felt the josh, the pride, and the joyfulness when you proudly donned the white coat for the first time signaling your official entry into the noble profession of medicine. Thank you for choosing Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore as the medical college of your choice. I am sure we all will live up to your expectation and much more. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. The national anthem serves as a formal closing to this portion of MedIntro 2022. I request everyone to stand up for the national anthem. Thank you, everyone. This part of the orientation program has now come to a close. I thank all the dignitaries on and off stage for their esteemed presence in the event today. I request the audience to not obstruct the main alley when the dignitaries exit the hall. I request everyone to remain seated for the next program. First, to introduce themselves to the students.
Good morning, all of you. I am Dr. Rajnikanta, Professor Department of Anatomy. Welcome to one and all. I think we'll see.
Good morning. I am Dr. Anupama Yen, Professor and HOD, Physiology Department. Welcome to the department.
Good morning. I am Dr. Anupama Hegde, Head of the Department of Biochemistry. Welcome you all.
Good morning to all. I am Dr. Sneha Shetty, Associate Professor in the Department of Physiology. Welcome to all of you.
Good morning, one and all. I am Dr. Prasanna Mitra, Additional Professor of Community Medicine. I welcome you all. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Rekha. I head the Department of Community Medicine. Welcome to each one of you.
Good morning. I am Dr. Nitin Kumar. I am an associate professor in the Department of Community Medicine. I welcome you all.
Good morning all. I am Dr. Rohit, associate professor, Department of Community Medicine. Hearty welcome to all of you.
Good morning. I am Dr. Mithun, assistant professor in the Department of Community Medicine. I welcome you all.
Good morning everyone. I am Dr. Darshan, associate professor, Department of Community Medicine.
Or you can send it to me.
Morning. Good morning. I am Dr. Pratik Kumar Chatterjee, Associate Professor, Department of Physiology, Warden of Bijay Hostel. I think I've met most of you. And it's good I don't meet again in hostel. Better we meet in class only. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Rukmini, Associate Professor in Department of Biochemistry. A warm welcome to all of you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bhagyalakshmi, Professor of Physiology. Welcome to Department of Physiology.
I am Dr. Vidya Revankar, Professor and Unit Head, OBG Department. Welcome to you all.
Good morning, I am Joyce D'Souza, Student Counselor, Department of Student Affairs.
Good morning, I am Divya, Student Counselor, Department of Student Affairs, Mangalore campus.
Good morning, I am Dr. Aarti, Deputy Director, Student Affairs, Mangalore campus. I am also Professor in Pediatric Dentistry at MCOTS, Mangalore. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Animesh Jain, and I am a Professor of Community Medicine. I am a proud alumnus of KMC Mangalore. Again, very proud to be serving here. Welcome to you all, and have a good time. We expect you all to be proud alumnus of KMC Mangalore.
Good morning, I am Dr. Suman, Department of Physiology. I welcome you all.
Good morning, I am Dr. Vinodini, Associate Professor Physiology. Welcome you all to the department.
Warm welcome to all. I am Gigi, Senior Lecturer in Anatomy.
Good morning, I am Dr. Sudha K, Associate Professor in the Department of Biochemistry.
Good morning, I am Dr. Reshma, Associate Professor in the Department of Biochemistry.
Good morning, I am Dr. Pramila, Associate Professor in the Department of Anatomy.
Good morning, I am Dr. Rajalakshmi, Associate Professor, Department of Anatomy.
Hello students, I am Dr. Latavi Prabhu, Professor of Anatomy. Congratulations, first of all. And you all are looking very good in fresh white coats. And this is 2022. In 2027, I would like to see it in black color. That is black coat of your graduation. So welcome to KMC Mangalore.
Good morning, I am Dr. Mangala Pai, Professor of Anatomy.
Hello everyone, I am Dr. Punima Manjrekar from the Department of Biochemistry.
Good morning, I am Dr. Keshav Pai, HOD Psychiatry. Welcome all of you. Thank you.
Good morning everybody, I am Colonel P.K. Shetty, Chief Warden. I suppose I have met most of you. Others will meet shortly. Welcome.
Good morning, I am Dr. Vinod Chandran from the Biochemistry Department. Welcome you all.
Good morning students. I am Dr. Neelam M. Pawar, Department of Biochemistry, Assistant Professor. Congratulations on joining the course.
Good morning. I am Dr. Nayanatara Arun Kumar, Associate Professor in Physiology. Welcome you all.
Good morning. I am Dr. Kunal, Associate Professor in Physiology. Hearty welcome to you all.
Good morning everyone. My name is Dr. Murali Manju. I am Associate Professor in Department of Anatomy. I congratulate everyone on this occasion of White Coat Ceremony. Thank you.
Good morning, I am Dr. Ganesh Kumar, Associate Professor in the Department of Anatomy. Welcome to you all.
Good morning, students. I am Dr. Ashwin Rai, Associate Professor from the Department of Anatomy and also the Warden for Girls Hostel.
A very good morning and welcome to all. I am Dr. Mamata, Associate Professor from the Department of Anatomy.
Hello everyone, my name is Chaitra Nayak from the Department of Student Affairs. Thank you.
Good morning all, I am Madhumati from Account Section.
Good morning, I am Hemavati S. Bandari, Assistant Manager, KMC Mangalore.
Good morning, I am Banukala, Senior Executive, Administration and Operations and in charge of Student Section. Thank you.
Good morning, I am Yashoda, PA to Dean.
Hello, I am Dharmendra, in charge of Administrative Office.
Thank you all. The competency-based medical education, which the National Medical Commission has mandated since 2019, is at the heart of the MBBS curriculum at Kasturba Medical College in Mangalore. I request Dr. Sri Kala Baliga, Associate Dean for Academics and International Collaborations, to provide an overview of the MBBS course and academics at KMC Mangalore.
A very good morning to all of you. Good morning. So I'm Dr. Shrikala Baliga. I'm a professor of microbiology and the Associate Dean for Academics and International Collaboration. So today I'm going to take you all for an overview of the MBBS curriculum. So I put up this as my opening slide for the presentation. I'm sure you all have heard of Lewis Carroll. You have heard of Alice in Wonderland? Yes, so this was his next novel, that is Through the Looking Glass, and what Alice saw across the glass was very, very different from the real world. So I don't want you all to be so misinformed or, know thing in a different way. So I want you to be not like this cat who looks himself in the mirror and sees a tiger, but I want to show the mirror to you and take you all on what you need to know for the next 4.5 years in your academics, plus the 1 year of internship. Many of the things, details regarding the internship and your academic calendar of this year is provided in the information booklet, which I'm not going to be talking to you in depth about. So as rightly said, even by the Vice Chancellor, from the year 2019, the National Medical Commission, as you all know, the medical curriculum is guided by the National Medical Commission, and they have introduced, and all of us, all the medical colleges all over the country have to follow the competency-based medical education. This is based on the regulation and on graduate medical education 2019, and it satisfies the objective of the Indian Medical Graduate Training Program. So these are the timelines for the batch of 2022-2023. As you know, COVID has disrupted a lot of our academic calendar, and this year, this is as per the mandate of the National Medical Council. Your first professional, as you know, you will be having 3 professional years. First professional, second professional, third professional part 1, third professional part 2, and an internship thereafter. So the first professional is from 15th of November 2022 to 15th of December 2023. That is a period of 13 months. Second professional is from 16th of December 2023 to 15th of January 2025. Again, a period of 13 months. Third professional part 1, 16th January 2025 to 30th November 2025, which is a period of 10.5 months. This is a slight variation from the previous batches. And the third professional part 2 is from 1st of December 2025 to 15th of May 2027. That is a total of 17.5 months. So you have a total year of 4.5 months, after which your internship will begin for another 12 months. So the distribution of subjects in the first professional, we have anatomy, physiology, biochemistry. We begin with community medicine. We also have a foundation course. We also have early clinical exposure as well as the family adoption scheme. Second professional, pathology, microbiology, pharmacology. Community medicine continues in the second professional. We begin with forensic medicine in the second professional year, as well as medicine, surgery, OBG, and your clinical postings will begin from the second professional year. We do have early clinical exposure in the first professional, but that's just an exposure. Your actual clinics would begin in the second professional year. Third professional part 1, we have otorhinolaryngology, that is ENT, ophthalmology, community medicine will continue, forensic medicine will continue, medicine, surgery, OBG, pediatrics, orthopedics, and all the allied subjects of medicine, all the allied subjects of surgery, and your clinical postings will continue. Third professional part 2, we have medicine, surgery, pediatrics, OBG, orthopedics, as well as your clinical posting. So this is just in brief. Besides this, there are certain additional requirements. Foundation course, I don't have to tell you. I think you all have completed your foundation course as of today, and you have been, and all the things that you're supposed to know regarding stress management, regarding attitude, regarding ethics, regarding professionalism, and so many other topics have been taken for you in the foundation course, just to show you a window into what you are going to be as an Indian medical graduate. Next, we have early clinical exposure, which you will have in your first professional. This is just to show you how the basic sciences can be related to the clinical subjects, and this is divided among all the clinical subjects. As the subjects are being taken, you will also be posted to the clinics. We have a family adoption program. I'm sure that, this has already started, and this will continue for you throughout your academic year. We have attitude, ethics, and communication. Very, very important part of the medical curriculum. The Vice Chancellor has spoken so much about this, and this is the need of the hour. So this will begin in your first year, continue in your second professional, and also in the third professional part 1 and part 2. And this will be tested along with your theory papers as well as during your viva or your clinics. We also have a pandemic module which has been introduced during the pandemic, and this is continuing. And we have electives. Electives are typically after your third professional part 1. Now what are these electives? These electives allow you to have a diverse experience in the medical profession. So as per the NMC, we have 2 groups of electives. One is in pre and paraclinical subjects. A student has to take 2 electives. One is in pre-paraclinical and other is the clinical module. So we at KMC Mangalore have already listed at least about 50 electives for you all to choose from. Each elective will be of 15 days duration, 15 days for pre-para and 15 days for a clinical elective. So we have diverse topics which could be, which range from neurosurgery to surgical oncology to writing, how to write a narrative reference, how to, what are molecular diagnostic techniques, infection control, prevention, antimicrobial stewardship. There are lots of electives for you to choose from. What is the method for a student to choose an elective will again depend on your performance in the first and second year, second professional university exams. So just like you have chosen the medical colleges, we have a program and in which you will have to put your choices and you will be allotted depending on your performance in the prior to university exams. We have mostly learner-centric methods which are based on organ systems or disease blocks. At KMC Mangalore, we have alignment and integration, which is again mandated by the National Medical Council, both a vertical integration as well as a horizontal integration. We are also going to have linker cases which you will follow up from your first professional up to your third professional. Didactic lectures are less than 1/3 of your theory lecture hours. We lay a lot of stress on small group teaching. We have different methodologies which we have introduced in small group teaching, which could be case-based studies or which could be role play or seminars. We have self-directed learning modules which are online. We are given topics to read on your own and an assessment is done at the end of the self-directed learning. We have practicals and labs in the pre and paraclinical subjects. We have clinics which follow the student-doctor method. We have field visits in community medicine, and most importantly, we also have a very well-equipped skill lab which helps you to have hands-on experience on mannequins before you test on the patients. Please remember, attendance in all these, including the small group teaching, is compulsory, mandatory. We follow the same norms that are followed for the university exam, that is, for appearance in the sessional exam, you need to have 75% attendance in your theory and 80% in your practical and clinical for you to be eligible to answer your sessional exam. Okay, next comes a very, very important part, that is the logbook. All of you will be carrying a logbook throughout your time in KMC Mangalore. Some of the logbooks, from this year onwards, of course, for this, your batch, we are introducing a e-logbook. So it makes things much more simpler for you. So what is a logbook? It is a record of the progression of the learner. It documents everything from what knowledge you need to acquire, what skills you have acquired, your attitude, and all the competences. It is a record of everything. So this is like, I'm sure all of you are familiar with these lyrics. Which lyrics are these? Whose lyrics? Which groups? Which? Not heard of this song? Or am I too old for all of you? Have you heard of this? Every breath you take, every move you make. Yes, every bond you break. So that's from police. So your logbook is like this. It records everything that you're doing. It's a continuous record of everything, and it's extremely important as per the National Medical Council. You need to ascertain a certain number of skills which are recorded and verified by the faculty member in your logbooks. Next, coming to attendance, 75% in theory and 80% in your practical or clinical for eligibility to appear for examination in that subject. If an examination comprises more than one subject, for example, medicine and its allied subjects, or surgery and its allied subject, you need 75% attendance in each and every of that subject. For example, in respiratory medicine also, in psychiatry also, you will need all of these in the theory as well as in your respective clinical postings for those subjects. Even in electives, attendance of 75% you need to be eligible to write the third professional part 2 examination. Electives also have an assessment which is again recorded in your logbooks. The ATCOM module also requires a 75% attendance to be eligible to appear for the final examination in each professional year. Another thing, I know many of you study only for the exams, so you will be very interested to know how we do the assessment. So we have something called as continuous assessments, which could be in the form of block exams or whatever assignments the teachers give you. It could be a formative assignment, which could be in the form of quizzes or some questions in your learning management systems. Sessional exams, which are typically 3 in a particular year, but if a particular subject continues over a period of 2 or 3 years, in each of those years, you will have a sessional exam in that particular subject. For example, community medicine, you will have one sessional exam in the first year, you will have another in the second year, and so on. Logbook, very, very important. We take a certain percentage of your marks to calculate your internal assessment from the logbook. Internal assessment, I'll be telling you a little bit more about this in my next slide. And finally, the summative assessment, that is your university exam. So from the time the CBME curriculum has been introduced, internal assessment will not contribute to your marks in the university examination. So why is internal assessment useful? What is the need for the internal assessment? You need to have 50% in theory and practical combined, but not less than 40% each in theory and 40% in practical or clinical to be eligible to appear for the university exam. So internal assessment is your eligibility criteria to appear for the university exam. How is the internal assessment calculated? By marks. We have different percentages which we allot for the continuous assessment, for the sessional exam marks, as well as for the logbook, and that is counted for your internal assessment. Internal assessment will reflect as a separate head in your university examination marks card. We also have remedial exams which are done for students who need to improve their internal assessments. Now, what are the various exams? So for your batch, in the first professional, you will have to, at the end of the first professional. Summative exam means, I mean the university examination. Anatomy, physiology, biochemistry. Second professional, you will have pathology, microbiology, pharmacology. Third professional, part 1, this is a new thing which is mandated for your batch. You will be answering 2 exams, that is community medicine and forensic medicine. Remember, it's at 10.5 months after you finish your second professional exam. Third professional, part 2, you will be answering all the remaining subjects, that is otorhinolaryngology, ophthalmology, medicine and allied, surgery and allied, pediatrics, OBG. Probably that could be your next exam. We still need to have more clarity from National Medical Commission. So in your university exam, typically you will have theory paper or papers depending on the subjects. Most subjects have 2 theory papers. Some subjects like ENT, ophthalmology have a single paper. Plus, if you are in pre and paraclinical, you will have a practical exam. If you are in the clinical subjects, you will have a clinical exam and a viva. Please remember, for your first professional university exam, you will be allowed only 4 attempts. Okay? If you fail to pass even with 4 attempts in your first professional, as per the National Medical Council regulations, you will have to leave the course. Viva marks will be added to your practical and clinical examination. And as I mentioned before, there is a provision to assess your skills as well as your ATCOM competencies in the examination. 50% in theory and practical is required for passing, not less than 40% in theory and practical separately. Supplementary exams will be held at 4 to 6 weeks after the declaration of the result. So we at Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore, stress on the holistic development of students. We have a lot of outbound electives. Students who are interested to pursue observership or go for conferences. We have a student mobility center which will be going live on our website in a few weeks from now. We have a group of faculty members who are dedicated for this particular services. We also encourage research, sports, culturals and clubs, which my colleagues will be speaking after in the next few sessions. With this, I wish to thank the Medical Education Department who has so painstakingly put up the timetable and the curriculum for all the professional years from the first professional to the third professional part 2, as well as the internship program. So with this, I conclude my session and thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. What does it mean for you that you have chosen to study in an institution that emphasizes research? You will learn about the many research options from Dr. Pramod Kumar, Associate Dean for Research and Administration at Kasturba Medical College in Mangalore. I request Dr. Pramod Kumar to talk about the various avenues for research.
Thank you, Saraswati. And good morning, students. It's just, I think, on the dot noon, so I think I'm safe in saying good morning. I feel very proud to be speaking to you exactly 40 years back, December 13th, that is a 1 week short, I joined this institute and I have never stepped out of this institute. That shows how much you can bond into this institute and become part of the KMC family. Those days, research was not something which was part of the curriculum or necessity for a medical student. As you go along studying, you complete the course, you finish your internship, and then probably go back home, do your post-graduation, or continue with being a general practitioner, go abroad But research, the importance of it has come in the last couple of decades. I say couple of decades because I think in most medical colleges, it has been initiated probably 5 years or maybe a decade back. In our college, undergraduate research or student research was introduced quite early, probably 20, 25 years back. A lot of importance was given for undergraduate research. Postgraduates, of course, they do research during their work as a part of their thesis, part of their curriculum. But undergraduation did not have, even now, I don't think research is part of the curriculum. But we insist that you make it part of the curriculum. There were days about 20 years back or 25 years back, Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore used to get one of the highest ICMR studentship grants. And in the past couple of years, it is reduced. Not because we are not putting in enough efforts, but the quality of research all over the country among other medical colleges also has improved tremendously. So we need to upscale our research, and Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore, with active support from Manipal Academy of Higher Education, does a lot for undergraduate research. You can start your research work right now today. That's what I mean to say. And every faculty in the first year are very, very approachable. When I joined Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore, we had grumpy old men sitting on top chairs, heads of departments and this thing, who would only send us out if we don't bring a book or an apron, etc. Now you have very approachable, young, pretty, fashionable, cool, calm heads of departments and professors who are very, very willing to help you out in any activities, especially research. So make use of that. And what does the college do? What are the other avenues you have to pursue your research activities? How does the college encourage? As I told you, the university encourages by giving grants. The college encourages by providing grants. And we also help you out in searching and looking out for such grants which are available from the governments and other public or private sectors. And ICMR grant is one of the very important, prestigious grants, and I wish many more students opt for that. And to do that, to be selected for such government-sponsored grants or scholarship, you need to have a research work which is very appealing. You need to select a particular research question or a topic which is of the thrust areas recommended by the ICMR. When I mean to say thrust areas, every year the ICMR comes out with a list of, focus list of areas where research can be done. It could be in epidemiology, it could be in public health, it could be in clinical subjects, etc. But if you go through that list, you will get the topics. Select the topics, work out a research question, or approach your mentor or guide, and they will suggest good topics for you. Once into this, you make sure that you complete it on time. Don't do any research work just so that you can write in your CV that you had done such a work. Don't do it just for a certificate. Do it for something you can be proud of, something which the college can be proud of. Speakers earlier, in the earlier session, also told about our rankings, how our medical college is ranked one of the top in this country. The main focus there is because we have excellent research output, and that gives us the good score in these rankings. You can do research out of curiosity, or you may have an aptitude for research. Many of you would have done some sort of research when you were in school, but those were all research which was probably handed over to you by your teachers, and probably your parents helped out in getting those projects done. Here, it is not that. You will have to work out properly. You will have to have interest, and in some cases it could be a mandatory requirement also. If you have to go for a conference or a symposium, etc., you will have to take a research paper and not just for attendance sake. It is desirable that every one of you does some sort of research in your entire undergraduate career. You may start now in your first year, or you may wait for a couple of years and start in the clinical side, but you will have to do it. It's not mandatory. It is not something like if you don't do a research, you will be out of the bond like 4 attempts or whatever it is, nothing like that. But it is better that you have a research paper, a conference presentation, or whatever it is in your CV as you leave out, but be proud of what you have done. Don't do it just for the sake of doing. With this, I think I'm not going to talk too much deep into this research, because I think an introduction was given during your foundation course, and also the Mahe Student Research Forum has spoken to you about it. They are also, you can also be part or members of the Mahe Student Research Forum. You can also take part as volunteers. I think we are going to have a conference, an undergraduate conference very soon, somewhere in April. Some of you who are interested can take up being volunteers for this conference so that you get into the niche of this. And any help you need regarding research, you can always approach me. I am always available. I speak less, but I make sure that you get the things done. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. When you step outside of the lab or classroom, not only will you discover a campus that is teeming with activities, student organizations, clubs, athletics, exhibitions, performances, community service programs, you will find the whole city of Mangalore at your doorstep. I request Dr. Suresh Shetty, Associate Dean for Student Affairs, KMC Mangalore, to speak about the special mentoring program we have at KMC Mangalore, as well as the different student affairs.
Thank you, Dr. Saraswati. I can say good afternoon to everyone here. Good afternoon. So welcome to the batch of 22-23, and their proud parents who have entered the portals of Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore. We wish your stay a pleasant, happy learning in this temple of education and success in your academic future. After discussing about administration and research, it is now the time to know more about student affairs, mentorship, code of conduct, which cover the major area and major time of your stay in here. So along with the first year subject, the core subject, the 3 subjects, you must understand these values and follow it on a daily basis. The first important thing what I have to talk here would be student, teacher, guardian. As I was just mentioning that the first MBBS students would be having 3 core subjects: anatomy, physiology, biochemistry. In addition to that, you have a very good organized structure that is called as student, teacher, guardian, which makes the student to be connected with the subject and the teacher. Each teacher would be allotted around 10 to 12 students, and he or she can reach out to them beyond the duty hours, preferably to meet these teacher guardian within the duty hours. And by now, everyone would have been given the teacher guardian in place. So it is for the students to meet this teacher guardian and also inform your respective parents or inform your parents about the teacher guardian so that they can communicate with the teacher guardian. It is recommended that students to reach these teacher guardian at least once in a month and update on academic and other relevant issues. And their parents too to keep in touch with this teacher guardian so that the academics and other aspects of the students are known and how about the student is performing is well informed to you all. Whenever you plan a visit to meet your ward in Mangalore, please make sure to meet these teacher guardians and consider it as a ritual so that the utility of student teacher guardian is done. All this would make their stay here much more happier, much more easier, and much more coordinated, both academically or from the personal point of view. In addition to that, we have a very good another committee or a cell which is called as Student Monitoring Committee or cell. The core motive of this committee would be to keep the students and to understand about what are the codes of conduct and to keep it in order. The Vice Chancellor has already addressed this thing in his inaugural speech. I am just going to inform you that these are the university requirements and we in our respective institutions follow it judicially and make sure that these are followed by the students without fail. As you all know that you are going to be the future doctors, future citizens, a specific discipline is placed with regard to the dress code and all the students need to follow these wherever they are at work, whether it is clinics, whether it is in classrooms, practicals, adoption program, or wherever. You need to follow these dress code without fail. I'm happy to say that the committee members have already addressed to you in the foundation course and one session has been taken. Regular sessions would be taken or planned so that they are reinforced with this code of conduct and these are the must to be followed without fail. Next comes the anti-ragging committee or the anti-ragging measures. We as an institution and we as an university have a zero tolerance policy in this regard. You have entered our portals and parents have agreed to join our institution and we have already done that or obtained the undertaking from you all, both online and offline, and both students and parents have committed for anti-ragging measures. Now, there will be a reinforcement of these in the hostels. We intend to do maybe in a few weeks' time. The reason is that we can get good number of students or the entire 250 students come to our hostel or a campus. This would be done in the presence of or with the help of the warden and various anti-ragging steps would be discussed in their presence and we would address each one of you what has to be followed in the hostels, what are the preventive steps which we need to follow when such incidents occur, and also the outcomes of this, if at all anybody does this menace. Students and parents, especially the parents, you all can rest assured that there is going to be a zero tolerance and we will ensure the safety of the students first and make sure that their hostels, campus are free from this menace. Next comes the student life cycle management or  Already it is highlighted as a part of an academics. As a student, you would have already got the username and the password. Parents, in a few weeks' time, you would be also getting the username and password so that you would keep updating, or you would come to know about academics and other aspects of the students as a parent. The teacher guardian will send you an email regarding any issues, or if at all, the update of the teacher guardians once in a month. So a request to all the parents is to look into this portal, a very good portal where the life cycle management of a student is addressed, and also determine your student's progress, who is involved in achieving the goal that is laid by you and institution. At the end, not but the least, I have to address certain important things about Students' Club. As it was mentioned in the earlier, we believe in holistic development of an individual, the development of students' leadership skills through co-curricular activities, sporting activities, as well as a formal education. There are a large number of Students' Club with this regard. There are staff coordinators for each club, and it's a duty of the students to coordinate with the teacher guardian and the heads of the department and the students coordinators to know the process of entry into these clubs. The first request to all the students is to concentrate more on academics. However, your interest and extracurricular activities must be bridged as well. There are certain clubs which are exclusively meant for the second years. I can see the Students' Council out here. The present Students' Council could not be present in this auditorium because of their sessional exams. However, the previous to that are here, so they are exclusively for the second year onwards. We appoint students, and the first year representation would be more of a class representatives who will be acting like a mediators or a link between the student and the teacher or the administrations. There are research clubs. As it was mentioned that the main purpose of that is to have an impetus in research on students' activities. In addition to that, we have bioethics club, where we discuss about ethical issues in relation to medical practice, communication, patient care, and other general issues. There are subject-specific clubs like surgery club, medicine club, and media club. So all these activations are aimed to make them culturally sporting outlet and display their abilities. There are annual festivals, both cultural and sports. There is an interclass which is going to be held every year on these two areas. And also, there is going to be an intercollegiate competition which is going to be held in Manipal, Utsav, where the various constituent colleges would participate. And I'm happy to say that our college always comes as the winner, winner, winner. We celebrate a lot of festivals like Ganesh Festival, which is celebrated with great pomp, and national festivals like Independence Day, Republic Day. Our request to all students is to actively participate in this and make your stay here memorable. It is going to be treasured and remembered forever by you and by us as a proud alumni of the college. We are committed to help you become your best self as a student, as a profession, and as a citizen. We offer a variety of services to help you meet your learning goals. So at last, once again, I welcome each one of you to the portals of KMC Mangalore and wish you all a great student career here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Every student is drawn to hostel life. Living in a hostel will teach you how to interact with others and to adjust to each other's temperaments. Most of you have come to this college from different places in order to pursue your dreams and aspirations. I now request Colonel P.K. Shetty, the Chief Warden, Hostels KMC Mangalore, to talk about the hostel facilities in the college and give a brief overview of the hostel environment and rules.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm sure I've met most of you, but those who I have not met, I think it was due to my indisposition at the time of your admissions. Anyway, welcome to Mahe Hostels, your home away from home. I'll just give you an overview and stress certain points which you have got to keep in mind. Next. The general information, we have got 15 blocks totally in the campus. For the new hostel, that's MBBS and BDS, we have got 2 blocks. That's one for the boys and one for the girls. And you can see on the list about the others which you'll be going from your second year onwards. Now, there are certain basic rules which are there. Once you join the hostel and you have been allotted a room, you are permitted one change so that you can adjust to your roommates, but beyond that would not be possible. Further, if a single person has been allotted a room, please leave a duplicate key with the manager or the matron so that when another person comes, they can be allotted the room. This is to facilitate your roommates. Now, certain facilities which are available in the hostels. The TV, the reading rooms, newspaper and magazines are provided. As also, we have water coolers with AquaGuard. These are being upgraded to water dispensers. I suppose the most present trend is to, some like to drink hot water. So you have got hot, cold and medium water dispensers. Of course, telephones are secondary because I think everybody has at least one mobile in their pockets. Am I right? Anybody without a mobile out here? Yes, I was right, I think. Wi-Fi facility is there in all the hostels, but please remember, there is a limited bandwidth. You can't, link up about 3-4 various appliances to it, because then the bandwidth runs out, and then you may have problems in downloading of your classes or reference material. Okay. Just an overview of the organizing. Hostels are under the registrar normally at Manipal, while here at Mangalore, the hostels come under the Pro-Vice Chancellor Mangalore campus. But it runs under guidance of the KMC, Dean KMC. So I work in cooperation with them, and under me, each hostel has got a warden, and the hostels themselves have got permanent staff comprising the managers, the matrons, and their assistants. Housekeeping and other maintenance personnel are in addition. Next. Now, maintenance of the hostels. All hostels have got 24 hours electricity as well as water supply. The solar water heating is there. And there are the maintenance personnel are on duty. There is an electrician on duty as well as security, housekeeping and other personnel, so that you have a trouble-free stay on the hostels. There are also suggestion books which are there with the manager or the matron. You can put down your suggestions and we'll definitely look into it. One point which I'd like to say, this housekeeping, that is cleaning of your rooms, the personnel are on duty from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. There is a proposal to enhance this a bit, but I'm afraid it may entail people have to get up earlier than what you're used to. A point in case, appliances, electrical appliances like heaters, coolers, hair dryers, electric iron are not permitted in the hostel. Ironing facility has been provided. There's also a washing facility or washerman who comes and delivers your clothes if you give it to him. One point that comes up is water. You all know that all over the world, water has become a very precious commodity. Even though we are blessed with copious rains, the usable potable water is limited because we don't have large perennial rivers out here. So, especially during summer months, that is during between March to May, please be economical in use of water. This is a point which I would like to point out, that the notice boards which are put up are generally ignored. And what I've noticed is most students just take out their mobile, take a click, whatever notice has been put, and forward it to their parents. So the notices are meant for you, students. Parents may be informed about it, but you have to act on it. So we also have a system wherein most official notices are sent through your email, so you can receive it on your mobile. Now, some people like to study at night, rather most. So we want to ensure that there is a silence period between 8 p.m. till 8 a.m. Please abide by that so that your friends or you yourself have the peace of mind to study. Beaches, this is a coastal area, and those of you who are far from the sea, who have come from places far from the sea, may have visions of enjoying a beachside outing or something. Here, the beaches have been placed out of bounds for very good reason. Please avoid going to the beaches because they are dangerous. Most of you whom I have met personally, each of you have stressed on this. So again and again we keep saying, we are concerned, we care. We do not want to have a repetition of certain unfortunate incidents which had occurred in the very recent past. So these are the beaches, looks nice, but remember, and what can happen? That is a shark attack. There are sharks. The waters have got dangerous riptides and undercurrents. I have myself seen ocean-going ships going down just off our coast. So please stay away from there. Our beaches are not so developed like Western countries or maybe in Goa. So it is risky going to the beaches. Now, here are certain things which are not permitted in the hostels. These are all for your safety, so please go through them. No cooking is permitted. Taking of your food to the rooms is not permitted. In case you are not well, food may be delivered to your room. Otherwise, avoid taking food to your rooms because this is a hygiene matter, and as budding doctors, you should be more concerned with it. Loud music not permitted so that you don't disturb your other friends who want to study. Goes without saying, substance abuse is not permitted. Ragging, the list is there. curfew. This is a bit of a touchy point. And I think among the parents here, I had told them that we follow mummy's rules. For the first year, 8:30 is the curfew. Second year onwards, we'll relax it a bit to 9:30. However, I expect that all first year students get back into the hostel by 8 p.m. Because by that time, your neighboring environment out there, everything shuts down. And if you're out after 8, it means you're up to no good. So please get back by 8. Any late entry, well, action will be taken against it. Visitors. Now, all hostels do have a visitors room. So in case of any visitors, please restrict them. They are restricted to the visitors room. They are not permitted inside the rooms or in the other parts of the hostel. This is so that we maintain the sanctity of the hostel. And of course, goes without saying, even for students, of course, students from other hostels are not permitted into the first year hostel or vice versa. And please, no boys in the girls' hostel or girls inside the boys' hostel. Transportation. I don't think anybody needs a vehicle to go from one building to the other in Vijay campus. You have all seen the buildings. Anybody here who feels that they need a vehicle? Please raise your hand. Good, you're all in agreement with me. The first year campus, we do not permit any vehicles. In case you require to go elsewhere like this venue or to even our vehicle is provided for Marina in the evenings, those who are interested. Otherwise, college transportation is there. You have already observed what the traffic out in Mangalore is like. Better avoided than to be sorry. Messes. Everybody satisfied with the mess? Yes? No response? How do you like the mess food? Students? Want to sleep? Are you satisfied with the mess food? No response. Anybody? Looks like you are still non-committal about it. You don't want to say it is good, but it is not bad either. And I take it that your silence means that you are more keen on ordering outside food. I think this is what I'd stress to the parents also. Please adhere to the meal timings. Beyond meal timings, please do not blame the mess staff if they do not serve you beyond the meal timings. Like I said again, taking meals to your room is not permitted. I already mentioned this, that there is a complaint book. Any electrical or other faults in your rooms can be noted in that. The same will be attended within 24 hours. In case of sickness, please report to the manager or the matron on duty. They would make immediate arrangements for an ambulance and for your treatment. There is a student clinic which runs at Ottawa Hospital. Timings are shown. Now this, I suppose you have already been informed, anybody going on leave, that is going out of the hostel overnight, the mail has to come from the parent or guardian to me at least 3 days in advance. In case of emergency, please explain what the emergency is. Just saying emergency will just not suffice. In case of emergency, let the parent or the guardian ring me up, followed by a mail. We will then permit it. And while going out, please ensure that you're filling in the in and out register so that the mess staff is informed. A small word about the fees you have paid. The fees you have paid are advances. The utility advance takes care of your monthly electricity and water bills, as well as payment for housekeeping, security, and other things. Missing what is your mess bill which comes in the month is deducted from the advance. You can check the balances online. Any debit balance in any of the heads means, or insufficient funds to cover till the end of the year would have to be made up to retain your eligibility for appearing for your sessionals or university exams. So before the exams, you have to have a no due certificate from the hostel finance. Okay. This has been adequately covered by the Associate Dean. Again, a recap. Now, this is a touchy point. Public display of affection. Please maintain certain decorum. We're all on the way to become part of a respected community. So please do not bring yourself down in the eyes of the locals. For those who want a snail mail address, it's up on the slide. Next. Telephone numbers, this is for the landline, but I suppose most would be using mobiles these days. These are the numbers of my numbers, your wardens, and the manager and matron. I'm sure you already got that down. Next. These are the numbers for the other hostels, which you'll be going only after second year. Thank you very much and have a pleasant stay.
Thank you, sir. Next, I request Ms. Madhumati, the Finance Executive, KMC Mangalore, to speak about the financial matters that the students in the college should be aware of.
Good afternoon, everybody. I will not take much of your time because from morning you all have been having an exhaustive session, and already our Associate Dean has spoken about the student life cycle management system. See, I'm take care of the account section, the student academic fees. So whenever the installment fees is due, that will be all the details like the amount and the due dates, everything are uploaded on the SLCM portal. So the students and parents are requested to keep in touch with the SLCM portal always. The annual fees, the next installment will be only after a year or so. But all the dates, the amount, everything is put up. So I think the students need to look at the SLCM portal. And also, emails will be communicated or sent to the parents' registered mail ID about the due dates and the amount. So I think I request all the parents to give your proper email IDs to the student section in the college, where, so that the communication reaches the parents. We don't want the students to come and say, we have not received the mails or something. Even though it is in the SLCM portal, most of the time the students come and tell us that we have not received the communication, we are not aware about it. It becomes very unpleasant for us. That's why we request the students to give us the correct email IDs and also keep in touch with the SLCM portal also. And we in the account section feel very unpleasant to send reminders to the parents or call the student and say you have not paid the fee. So my sincere request is all the parents, please pay the dues in time. In case you all want any time or any letters, send the communication to the college section well in advance so that we can take permission from the higher-ups and that will be communicated. Also, any letter for your income tax purpose or for loan purpose can be sent a request can be sent to the student section through a mail ID. Through the mail ID, which is sfin. It is available. They can come and ask us. We will give the mail IDs, and they can send their request to that section, and you will be getting a letter or whatever is your requirement. So I just want to remind you, that's all. We feel very unpleasant to remind you all. So please take care, be in touch with the SLCM portal or your mail IDs and keep checking it up. And anything, please let us know. Please communicate in advance. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Everybody experiences stress in life. While an occasional bout of anxiety or sadness may be unpleasant, it's quite normal and it need not be a cause for concern. The time to become watchful is when emotional upsets come frequently, shake us severely, and fail to wear off after a while. How do you recognize when this is happening? Who do you turn for support? To deal with such situations, the Department of Psychiatry at Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore, has extended the services of its consultants to the Student Support Center at the Center for Basic Science, Vijay. I request Dr. Keshav Pai, Head of the Department of Psychiatry, to provide some background information on the Student Support Center.
Good afternoon, students and parents. Most of you have met me already on your Foundation Day course, I believe. Do you all remember? I spoke to you all on Be Safe other day. So this is again a reintroduction of my faculty team who is available at Department of Psychiatry. You all know a sound mind is required for your body to perform. Do you all agree with me? Most of your cognitive achievement, whatever has been spoken, will be in use only if you have a proper attitude, skills to be delivered to your patients. Then only you become a profound doctor or an experienced personnel. To deal with this stress of the curriculum which has been put up, you need to have a stable mind. And most of you know, we undergo lots of stress irrespective of our post or the position. Do you all agree with me? Is there anyone who is not having any stress? All of us have. How you deal with stress, how do you manage your deadlines, how you show your resilience when you are faced with adversities, is a challenging task. To deal with that, we at the department are very much available to you all, and from this year onwards we have decided to have our services at your Bijay Basic Science building itself. We have the student councillors under DDSA. Dr. Aarti ma'am is here with a full-fledged team. Chaitra Nayak, I request Chaitra to stand up. She'll be talking to you all in a short while. Divya D'Souza and Joyce D'Souza. These are the university appointed student councillors. Apart from that, I have my own team with my clinical psychologists and social workers. Dr. Reshma, who is the assistant professor of clinical psychology. Miss Vasudha, assistant professor of clinical psychology. The slides are not moving anyway. Dr. Mahesh, who is also a clinical psychologist, assistant professor. Dr. Radhika is the clinical psychologist. Miss Mariela D'Souza is a psychiatric social worker. Dr. Sharanya Shetty, assistant professor from the Department of Psychiatry. Priyanka D'Souza, senior resident in the psychiatry. These are all my faculty who will be taking turns and available at your Bijay Center on a daily basis from morning 9 to 5. Kindly make use of the services. Meet us up if you need any help during your pursuit of your academics. Please do visit us. With this short note, I request Dr. Chaitra Nayak to make a presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, all. As introduced, I'm Chaitra Nayak from the Department of Student Affairs. A lot of fresh faces. Some are smiling, most are sleeping, and most of you are waiting for me to finish my talk so that you can go back to your hostel. Have it clear. Okay, talking about hostel, how does it sound? Mostly in your teen days, you must have dreamt of having this life of freedom, right? Constant conversation from your family. What are you doing? Where are you going? Who are you going with? What time you'll be back? Eyes on you. What kind of an outfit are you wearing? What kind of a hairstyle? Look at you. A lot of, which seems like an interference, right? And finally you feel that I'm here in my hostel days, my days of freedom is what you think. Exploring your life on your own. I'm living my life with my friends, like-minded people, no generational gap. Oh God, I don't have to explain each and everything that I'm talking about, I'm dealing about, that I'm looking into. I can improve myself, I have a lot of friends who can update me with a lot of apps, a lot of lifestyle, people from different culture. Seems fun, correct? Relatable. And then you have late night conversation because yes, you like the life, a lot of conversation, and you go to bed late and you wake up late, no time for breakfast, health concerns, and you rush to your college. Study schedule is given, your exam schedule has come. Nobody will make you a schedule here like it had at home. Your personal butler would come and serve you at any point in a day. You just eat, you just have your juices. I'm there, up with you till late, but you just concentrate on your studies. Nobody's going to do that. And then, that little fellow we have in our brains, Miss or Mr. Procrastinator, familiar? Schedule has come, tomorrow. That's some tomorrow which never comes. You see nobody studying, and you feel you still can pass, you can clear, and then days goes on. You feel how you've prepared for your previous days would work the same way right now, which will not. And then as days pass, you will have a reality check. That is, you hardly have days and exam is almost there. What happens? Your body will start giving you some kind of signals and then you name it as what most of the students have complaints with this anxiety attack. Welcome to your new life. Here, you're responsible for your actions, your choices, and your decisions. Things start seeming very clear as and when days pass, correct? Initially, you must have had a big bunch of friends, more the merrier. As and when days pass, it becomes smaller and smaller, correct? And also you get to hear that, oh, I thought that person is my best friend, but I heard a person talking bad about me behind my back. How can that even be possible? Nobody understands me. Then you start having your concerns. Concerns like what? Personal comments, loneliness, heavy on your chest, heavy shoulders. Nobody understands me. Who do I talk to? Who's my best friend? That person is making a weekend plan. They're going, they did not invite me. Am I not desirable? What's wrong with me? What do I do? To cope with this, you get into a lot of things which is called as excessive consumption. Excessive consumption can be your habits, can be your addictions, scrolling and more scrolling, eating and more eating, Netflix, a different lot of apps, more scrolling, and then it goes on, which initially will give you a lot of pleasure. As and when days pass, it becomes smaller, and the reality check what you have will start pinging in your mind. What happens? There might have been a lot of decisions that you have taken to look cool or to look relatable, and the consequences are there right in front of you. You do not know what to do. You can't share it with your friends, because what if they judge me? What if they tell it to other people? You can't tell it to your parents, because what if they deprive me of my privileges? What if they ask me to come back? Or what if they complain? You feel stuck. You feel you will be judged completely of your identity, or initiating a rumor, giving a matter for a rumor. So now, can I introduce myself as a therapist, or a counseling psychologist, or a life coach? When your glasses get foggy, my dear students, we from our department, we clear it so that you have a better vision. Under the able guidance of our DDSA, Dr. Aarti Rao, I, Divya, and Joyce are here to give you a better perspective of life. It's very natural for you all guys to have confusions at one point. It's very natural. Everybody has, correct? We help you, we assist you with concerns related to your academics, your adjustmental issues, peer pressure, related to your body, related to your anxiety, stress, you name it. It's natural. We help you with personality development, prevention, having a positive outlook towards life. And a small request I have for you all, please hear me out. Break the stereotype. Break the stereotype. When you hear an individual coming to a therapist, do not have this concept of, have you gone mad? Are you crazy? What's wrong with you? Is there anything that you want to talk to me? It'll be fine tomorrow, don't worry. It's all just a matter of time. What is that you go and talk to them for that long? Why not with me? Dear students, when you come to us, you enter a safe zone, non-judgmental zone. Clearly. You will not be judged. Everything that you speak will be confidential. It is off your academic records. Making that mention very clearly. Not necessary when you start a therapy, it has to go for many, many sessions. It can be 1 or 2. It is just to have a clarity. When you have confusion, when you feel directionless, you feel helpless, nobody to go to, you're not alone. That's what I'm trying to mention here. It's okay to be not okay all the time. Every day is not Sunday, and you know it very well. Here to conclude, I would say, dear students, you know what's the bravest thing that you can ever ask for? Is for help. That doesn't mean that you're giving up on you. That just means you're not willing to give up on you. We together will reintroduce you to a new you, rather a better version of you. Our details are here. So we are available from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can take appointments at the time that you need. Have a beautiful day. Stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you, sir and ma'am. We move on to the last program in the schedule today. I request the Chief Librarian, Dr. Pooja Bhatt, to provide an outline of the library services available at Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore.
Good afternoon. Myself, Dr. Pooja. I have already given one orientation in Vijay campus for half an hour, so I will not take much of your time. So I would like to give a brief description about our library services and e-resources. So, and also how you can access these resources even without coming to the library remotely. So I will give the brief this structure of our library. That is, our chief librarian is myself, and the chairman library committee is Dr. Anand R. He is the professor of respiratory medicine. And we have two campuses, two campuses. One is at Vijay and one is at the Lighthouse campus. In the Lighthouse campus, we have the central library. And in Vijay campus, we have the Vijay library. And all the services, resources, everything is same in both the campuses, except the timings. Timings at Vijay library, it's from morning 9 a.m. to night 8:30 p.m. And at this one, Central Library, Lighthouse campus, it's from morning 9 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. So there is no holiday for both the libraries. And on Sundays also it will open. Vijay campus, it is open from morning 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and Central Library is from 9 a.m. to till 11:30 p.m. So all the services also available on both the campuses on all these days till 11:30 and till 8:30 p.m. And what are the total number of books? We have around 34,000. Along with the books, we have bound journals, current journals, and e-resources, and we have old dissertations submitted by PGs and the PhD thesis, and we have CDs also. And the facilities which are available in both the campuses are, we have personal reading room where you can make the group discussion and study with your friends, and this facility is available at both the campuses. And we have open access for all the books and journals. That means you can take the books of your choice and read the books, and you can keep it on the table. And you need not wait for others to give the books to you. So we have fully air-conditioned hall at both the campuses. And here in Vijay campus, it's a 150 seating capacity, and at Central Library, we have around 600 seating capacity. And we have, along with the print journals and print books, print resources, we have online resources also. We have around more than 18 online resources for the Vijay students. That means first MBBS students. Among them, two resources are very helpful. One is Ackland's anatomy and the clinical key for students, for which already the vendors have given the demonstration. They have given the demonstration for 1 hour in the last session. So I will not take much of time. Along with these other databases we have BMJ, Clinical Key, Embase, Nature Journals, Oxford Journals, Sage Journals, Scopus and Skyva, Scopus and Web of Science. These are the research databases. If you want to write an article, you can make use of these databases. That means if you want to write an article in any of the journals, you can search which are the most popular important journals in your field of interest. Then you can write the article. You can select those journals through these databases. Along with this, we have Taylor and Francis, Up-to-Date, Web of Science, and we have the Wiley online journals also. And the next step is how to use the library. First, while entering the library is biometric attendance is there. That means you have to, through your finger attendance, you have to give the biometric attendance. So in order to prevent others from outsiders from using the library, we have made it compulsory, this biometric attendance, and open access is there. and you take your required books and keep it on the table. And what are the library rules and regulations? This is very important that because most of the students will not follow these rules. First one is combo cards. All the students should use their own combo cards which are issued by the student section. And our library books are not allowed to take outside the library. That means it's not possible to take the books without permission to your hostel or to your home. So not even to your personal reading room also. So before taking the books, you have to take it with prior permission and with entries also. So without those entries, it's not possible to take the books to the personal reading room also. Then please don't discuss in the library reading rooms because it will cause inconvenience and disturbance to other users also. Absolute silence should be observed. And readers in the library are not allowed to stretch their legs on the table or other chairs. And sleeping is not allowed inside the library. And please note that coffee cups are not allowed in both the sections. That means in the personal reading rooms and also in the main central library reading also. So please follow the dress codes strictly. So I think with this brief description, introduction, I think you can better use the library because every year we are spending some crores of rupees for these library facilities, library resources and print books also. So I request all the students to make the maximum use of these books. So it will be very helpful and you can pass the exams easily. So I hope all the best to all the students and please make use of the library very much. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. The program of today has come to an end. On behalf of the organizing committee, I thank everyone for their presence today. Let me end with an old quote. Pray as if everything depends upon God. Work as if everything depends on you. The faculty members of Kasturba Medical College in Mangalore earnestly hope that the knowledge, skills and values you will learn here will enable you to succeed in this increasingly complicated and interconnected world, not only in your professional life, but also in your personal and civic life. So let's wish for a successful academic year. May we have the fortitude to learn and serve the people. Thank you all. Have a nice day.
Dear students, I would just make an announcement. It's already 1:10.